Hiya guys, Spectre here. Welcome back to more Total War Warhammer 3. Continuing my Kugath campaign. We're just chasing down Helm Ghost, trying to finish him off. Just before we get into the video, this has improved slightly, but very slightly. I've tried to do some working out on what percentage we need to get to. If I can get this down to like 75, maybe 70%, and then obviously this grow by the same amount, which should be like 25-30%, we should then be on the YouTube partner program. We should have over 1,000 subscribers. Because based on the number of unsubscribed viewers, about 20-25%, probably less than that, subscribing, and I should be on the YouTube partner program. Because across the course of a month, I get like anywhere from 3,000 to 6,000 that are unsubscribed. Obviously it varies month to month, it can change. But even if it's 3,000, then I need like a third. So at most this would need to be at like 33%. So maybe a little bit over 25% if it's a low month. But on the months where I'm getting like 6,000 unsubscribed viewers, I don't need obviously that many. But just 1,000 of you to subscribe, and we're on the YouTube partner program. So if you're unsubscribed, please just hit that sub button for me. It's free, don't cost you anything, and it just helps me get on the partner program so I can start making some headway. I'd really appreciate it. Thanks guys. With that said, let's get into the video. Right. I took a bit of damage. Alright. Let's see what Ghost is going to do. It might mean that I end up coming to blows with Greasus at some point, I don't know. Because see, Ogres are normally, they're the only, at the moment, they're the only neutral aligned faction. Ogres can go either direction. They can side with evil and it work fine, or they can side with good and it work fine. Obviously they can't side with both. So you've got to choose one of the alignments, either evil or good. But Ogres do have the moral grey area where they can choose either one of them. Where other factions can't do that. You're aligned with someone, that's kind of who you're with. Right, he's gone back there. I'm going to say things weren't looking too good for Festus, but oh no, he just died. Never mind. That's the next Warriors of Chaos guy that I'm playing. Old Festus. Festus though is in a good place to begin with, where he can strike at the Empire. Because he could eliminate Karl Franz and potentially even Balthazar Gelt before they get rolling. And if he takes out the two legendary lords, the other minor Elector Count factions aren't really going to do much of anything.
Do not miss.
Fucking hell, he raised a full army. God.
Each new legion is a blessing. Cultist of the plague god, we shamble forth. Soon.
So he went from 9 units to 20. Fucking hell.
Specimens required. I'll concoct a perfect plan.
Here I can upgrade either of these, but I'm going to wait. Because in 2 turns, I can upgrade that to tier 4. And I'd rather have a city than a town. Then I can recruit my better units from it. And then I can get another one of these rolling. the moment I think that's locked into. I believe. Yeah, because I need tier 4 for that and tier 5 for that. Tier 5 only really unlocks the Chosen of Nurgle Great Weapons. But at least tier 4 unlocks the... in fact, no, the Chaos Knights are technically already unlocked. Because it's the Chaos Knights I'm needing. Chosen I can always come back for at a later date. I don't need them immediately. Or recruit them at a later date, should I say. I don't need them right this moment.
I must test my contagion.
And this army is already at, well, that 5,263. And it's going to get dearer because I need a lot more Chaos Knights in here. And then obviously these eventually will change to Chosen, which are going to be considerably more expensive. But before we do that and put ourselves into the red, I need a lot more in the treasury. I need to go on a massive sacking spree. Right, we need one more turn of recovery there. Once Helm and Ghost is dealt with, is the only real vampire count in the area. I know there's a minor faction somewhere in Cathay, but I don't see them being as big of an issue. We've not pissed off Greasus, so Greasus shouldn't really be a problem. But I'm going to leave that second army around here anyway. The only time that second army might move is when I can afford a third army. And then they'll stay and defend it, because I've got to defend my first province, because I need to keep it for the victory conditions. So there's always going to be an army on defence. I don't intend to hold down every single settlement, though, every province. That's not how sacking factions work. You need key ones here and there, but you don't need them everywhere. You get a better idea of it though with probably like greenskins, definitely Scarbrand, because Scarbrand's probably one of your better ones to think of with it, because he's not worries of chaos, so he doesn't make a lot of money from a dark fortress like Valkyria, and he has no high income buildings, so he works like a pure sacking faction. What the fuck? Oh my god. A level 10 vampire fucking vampire coast lord got the bloody sword of Cain. Oh dear. Well, things aren't going too well for the elves apparently.
Dissolve their flesh.
Are you kidding me?
Search for expression in
Bullshit. Fuck's sake.
my new plague is
Why am I taking attrition here? High vampiric what? Oh, for fuck's sake. It doesn't matter where I move.
cultist of the Fly Lord.
I could make it there last turn and then all of a sudden I can't. Feel that's a fucking cheat. Yeah, the main reason Kugath doesn't operate like a complete sacking faction is because of the stupid way that it gains units. Because in its own way, I think this is probably even slower than Warriors of Chaos. Warriors of Chaos, you're able to recruit them, you've got a percent chance each turn, which you can't increase, unfortunately, unlike Undead can, because they've got a ripped-off version of the Vampire count mechanic. But then you've got to rank them up to then upgrade them to better troops, which that's unique to the Warriors of Chaos. And that's quite slow. But in this case, you've got to wait for this building to do its full circle to get one of the units that you want. And then again, it's got to do another circle to get another one. What they're better off doing is, if they've got a building like this, making it so it's province-wide, not region-wide, because you're only ever going to build one in a city, not in a town. But rather than it reducing the cycle time for basic military buildings, have it where it increases how many of the unit you get by +1, +1, +1, and +2 on the final cycle. So what I think could be a better idea on it, to explain it in simple terms, if you've got it on the normal cycle, and let's say it comes to a Chaos Knight, rather than getting one Chaos Knight unit, you'd get 2. And if it's on the final cycle, rather than getting 2, you'd get 3. So it just increases the capacity of what you'd get by either 1 or 2, based on which cycle it's on. These ones all give +1, and that gives +2 for the final one. And you can only really build that in a city to get maximum effect out of it. You could technically build smaller ones of these, I suppose, in towns, but you'll only ever get +1. You won't get +2. But then it should work across the entire province, not just in the city itself. Rather than reducing the cycle time for basic military buildings, and that's only these ones, that doesn't apply to these. It needs to apply to all of them, because it's far too slow. Especially when you're considering the cycle size of this. It's massive. It takes ages to get from there to there. Where, obviously with Scarbrand, like a proper sacking faction, he can recruit his units. He has them always available. So he can just recruit them off the bat straight away. So Nurgle does need a rework. Either that or just make it so Nurgle can recruit troops normally. I don't know why they've gone with this stupid cycle building thing in the first place. The unique mechanic of Nurgle is his plagues. Now, Festus technically has that mechanic, but Festus is Warriors of Chaos, he has Dark Fortresses, he doesn't operate like a sacking faction. He actually can get enough money from a Dark Fortress to fund an entire army. Kugath can't do that. His buildings don't generate enough money, and then because of the stupid cycle thing, you haven't got a fixed income anyway. So if they change the buildings to being operating like normal buildings, you can maybe operate less like a sacking faction, but I still don't think the buildings bring enough money for you to operate normally. You'd still be more of a sacking faction than not. It'd be like 70-30. You'd be 70% a sacking faction and 30% not. What the hell was that? This guy just got immortality. Nice. At least that means I'm not going to lose him. Now we've taken damage, then we might not be able to win an auto-resolve. Maybe we can. Actually, we're quite convincing they can. Obsidian blade. Dangerous on Kugath. There's no point sacking it for that amount of money, so we'll just occupy it.
It belongs to Nurgle now.
Faction destroyed. Hey, he's out of there.
The plague weaver.
Right. That gets rid of him.
Perfect plague.
That's our sacking. Give me 1 point in that.
Such power. Fascinating.
Give him that. In case he does get fired up. He's now immortal as well. That's good. Let's increase your damage some more. If he, I'm not mistaken, is he? He's great axe infantry, isn't he? Yeah, so he's got armor pen. Youch. Right, this guy can be the observer for this dude. We're just going to keep an eye on this border in case anything decides to wander our way. Hopefully up there all stays fine. Give me the growth building. Recover there. I can increase. In fact, actually, I've got a decrease on the thingy. I forget. No, we haven't on these. Yeah, so with really a normal sacking faction who can just recruit the units straight away as soon as they unlock them, all you really need is one tier 5 city. So you can get access to all your best units, you just need one tier 5 city. Once you've got one tier 5 city, as long as you've got sufficient money in treasury, you can run this in a red. And that's all you need. Obviously you need a city to prevent your armies taking global attrition. If you have no settlements, you're going to take attrition across all your armies. And you're going to take quite a lot of it. Now obviously, the more territory you've got, the less chance of that happening. So it is in your favour to have some more settlements where you can. But you don't want to be occupying every goddamn city. You know, if you get one where Scarbrand starts and then, depending on if you go north or south, you could probably occupy like Kemri. If you go further north, you could maybe occupy like Wurzag starting place or something like that, or Black Crag. You know, you haven't got to be like adjacent and right nearby. And obviously the cities are much easier to defend because they've got stronger garrisons, so you don't need to keep an army there to babysit them. Where obviously the garrisons for Nurgle, also a drawback of the cycle building, the garrisons are crap, and I don't think these, or they might do now, it does say you get small sum battles. You didn't even get that, I don't think, before. They've changed it. Because you don't have a garrison building. And the only way you can increase your garrison is through these buildings here, which give you shit units for the most part. You get some plague bearers there. Spawn aren't too bad for Nurgle. More plague bearers. And then rotflies. You don't get great units. And demons, to be fair, themselves aren't great. Demons need buffing up massively. When you've got a big fucking rampant greater demon and you're scared to throw them into combat because they can get shot to death by archers, it's not good. Oh, Greasus declared war on me, fuck's sake. Right, okay, it looks like we are going to war with Greasus. Fair enough. I was planning to go to war with Cafe, but looks like I'm going to war with Greasus. The problem is there's not much value in fighting Greasus, because I don't think Greasus' settlements sack for much. I think they're largely worth next to fuck all. And if they win that fight, that's the end of Festus. Right. Okay. What territories Greasus got? Let's have a look. He's got 6 settlements. Now I know where his main army is because it went this way. Scrap Towers. It's got a sizable garrison, but it's largely full of Nurglings, which aren't going to be much help. And that's the other thing as well that makes Nurgle not a great sacking faction. Because sacking factions can quite happily let go of settlements, as long as they keep like a primary city so they can recruit their units from, and obviously stop themselves taking global attrition. With Nurgle, the more settlements you've got, the bigger this number is here for your capacity. So the more easy you can then recruit units later on. So you do have to hold down more than just a city. Otherwise your capacity is going to be dog shit. I need this guy. Come up this way. We might be able to hold that, to be fair, with just those. And he's got one of the best weapons you can get outside of a purple item. Weapon strength 8%, armor piercing, weapon damage plus 100. Really fucking good. So he's going to hit quite fucking hard. And then he's got his Mortis Engine effect on top, which can't be blocked. We don't need these 3, do we? So we'll save those until last. Well, since we're actually at war against ogres, we could do that one first. Don't know why we'd be fighting Norska. Weird. He's got buffs in his tech tree for ogres, Cathay, Kislev and Norska. Kislev we're nowhere near. We're not really near Norska because they're even further north of Kislev. All you've got near you is Cathay and ogres. If anything, you should have something in there against fighting vampire counts. Probably, might be a good one. High elves, Imric. You know, do it to factions that are a little bit closer to home, rather than probably 30 turns, 40 turns away. One thing that Kugath has got in common though with the Greenskins, they do prefer to sack and occupy. Because Greenskins obviously can use the territory as well. Because they can generate money from it. Where... Why am I at war with them anyway? I think it's something to do with Kestrel's, isn't it? Yeah, I don't care about you, Tretch, to be completely honest, buddy. Why not? Fuck it. Okay. He runs out with an army again and dies. It's like, fuck's sake, Festus. It's probably because his army's full of fucking marauders. He's there watching. Bring him up here.
The rotting oxmaker.
Take that.
Battle! The ultimate!
See, he's not really worth attacking. Not when it's that little. And that's 8 turns at the moment. That's a pox one. Which is that one as well, okay. Get this up here. Right. So this got 6, it's got 5 now, right? It's got 5. Right, okay, so all he's got then is them 3. So he's got 1, 2, 3. Because Caracazon is Grimgors. And then he's got, oh, he's got these, hang about. What? Oh, that's encampment. He's got these 2 here. Obviously taking ogres' settlements isn't to stop them recruiting, because ogres recruit from their camps for the most part. But you need to get rid of the settlements so they can start taking global attrition, and so you can obviously also wipe them out. One flexible thing that's really good against ogres is if you're neutral with a lot of people and you can get something like military access, or maybe if you trespass through the territory but not too badly, you can always go and get an army to drop off an encampment fucking miles away somewhere, build up the garrison for the encampment, and then send your army back to where it came from. Because chances are, if a faction's like giving you a really hard time, trying to like beating up your armies and stuff and destroying your settlements, they won't really target an encampment until last, below priority. So as long as somebody else in the area doesn't declare war on you and try and attack your encampment, you've got you've like hidden away. Okay. Oh, bollocks. Of course he has. Where's he attacking? Greasus, Great Hall of Greasus, right, okay. Going to ambush them, it's right there, okay. Little bastard greenskin.
Listen to
That's what's called forward thinking, bitch. Moved into encampment stance, so I've got less chance of being ambushed. Did him dirty. One thing that's universal about greenskins, which is unfortunate, they auto resolve like shit. I don't know why they've got. I don't know why they've got this. They've got Warriors of Chaos mechanic in this. Surely, CA could have thought about that and changed it to something else. Jesus.
Even ogres cannot withstand his wrath.
Right. If I attack him, he's going to retreat. What I could do is... I don't want that, that one's a crap trait. He's already got poisoned attacks. You can't have any movement, do you? I don't think. Oh no, maybe you can. Ah shit, no I will. They'll run that way. Fuck. Oh, we can still get him, I think. We can still get him. Right, I actually don't need you, buddy. I apologise. Need to get hold of this bitch. Whoa, you get a lot of infections from that. Holy shit. Actually, yeah, I'll take that. Because we can recover in one turn from there. There's no point taking replenishment. We're not under any duress or threat.
It will supplement my proxies.
We've got the main ones we need. That one can be used to snipe characters to a degree, but I don't think he's great at it. Fuck it, we'll upgrade his combat skills. The Chaos Knight. Right, get rid of a unit of Nurglings.
Do they aid my experiments? Specimens for the battle study.
That'll be a while for that one. I'm guessing that's the one that just made it. Yeah.
The rotting Hoxmaker. The Plague Weaver.
Oops. Does that seem that Grimgor likes me? Or Grimgor might like Greasus. Ooh, probably won't like me then. That could be worth a lot of money.
Indeed.
Western provinces. It's the ones that are right here, isn't it? Yeah.
Fitted to master. My rots spread.
Embrace despair.
They're encampment there as well. Right. So my plan is take Moorgate, go round, take Amber Peak, take Valley of Horns, come back down this way, finish Greasus off hopefully.
None may direct my recipes.
At least that's what I'm hoping for. These aren't worth fuck all, I don't think. I could sack that one for a little bit. It's not a lot though. That one's worth a bit more. That one's worth quite a bit. 6.5. 4. Almost 50,000 from that city. Which one's what? Knobbly Gorge is that one there. Yeah, do Knobbly Gorge. See, normally by now, I mean, I could build up his sort of full army. Sort of, but and sort of not. I mean, we could try and make a variety army rather than having Chaos Knights again. It's possible. Never tried it before. It's not guaranteed to work.
Strongest Rottera.
Spawn apparently get the same upgrade as them, so I'll probably need to take the one for the Chaos Knights anyway. Huh? Spawn don't get buffed on here? Or they do, it's there. So Spawn get 10% more speed, 5 more melee defense and 10% physical resistance. Okay. Just the only thing that Spawn have got is pretty much what they've always got unless you're a Morgul, is they're very vulnerable to missile weapons. I mean, rank 7 it means they can get 10% physical, but it's still not a lot. They're going to have more speed, so they should be about 46, something like that, 46, 47 speed. And then again, more melee defense. Well, I think they get more from the red on both sides, don't they?
Titled one.
Yeah, they get melee defense there. And there. So they get 11 more melee defense in total. And they get 12 more armor. Which is not a massive amount. So they'd have 22 armor. I mean, 11 more melee defense on that is going to put them at 44. That's not bad for a chaos spawn, to be fair. I'm just thinking of how I want to do it. I don't want to use the Chosen because I want to put the Chosen in Kugath's army. I definitely want him to have the Chosen first. I mean, it'd be a lot though at the moment. We'll get 2 units. I don't know why, but the Nurgle Chaos Spawn look like Flood out of Halo. They do look like Flood. And they're supposed to get more melee defense in combat, yeah. They're going to be safer in combat and then just worse outside of it. Chaos Spawn are kind of weird though, because they're kind of like the opposite of demons, because they obviously they don't break all. They work like slayers. They've got to be killed to the last entity. But because they don't have much in the way of armor, and they generally don't have much melee defense, but I think the Nurgle ones will. They they might have a good chance of sustaining themselves. It depends. But if they're getting focused by missiles while they're in combat, I think they'll die as easily as any other spawn, even at rank 7. Because 10% physical resistance won't give them much defense, in all honesty. You need quite a lot of physical resistance and missile resistance on top to basically survive. I mean, Morgul's one's the best. They get quite a bit of missile resistance, but then they also get horrible generation. So his spawn can at least regenerate while they're in combat. That gives them more sustain while they're dealing damage. See if we can goad him in. Instant ability my problem at the moment. I'll have that. Here we go. This is going to be expensive. Yep.
Our enemies are but specimens. They took our loot. League Weaver, triumphant. I must test my condition.
Another one of those buildings. So that's one thing that's good for this up here. You don't get much in the way of your cities, but you do get a lot of rare resources. But it's all +1 hero capacity for all your hero types. So for that, it's really, really good. It's like, what have I got now? 5 cultists I can get. 5 for everything basically. Well, 5 of those, and I think 1 more because of one of Kugath's skills. He's got a skill ante that gives him 1. Yeah, capacity +1 for plague ridden. A disciplined one. He's got confident. Confidence not bad either, to be fair though. I've researched the ogres. Give me that one. We don't need either of those. We can use that. We don't really need that, at least not right now. We can take that one actually as well.
In power, grandfather's children.
So rich conditions with Clan Helheim dead, Caracazol dead, and Blue Rose is dead. Clan Helheim? I'd have thought it would have been the faction we start with, the fucking Lizardmen. And then Dragon Isles is fully occupied. So all we've got to do is get to 35. So we need like another 20 odd. And this campaign's completed. Kugath's is good. It's not too hard. It depends how you do your start. It's all about the start. Now you can argue that with most factions, in all honesty. But it just depends.
Goes mud Matak Gulong. Ok an unsav tatrash. Whose praise are Budra. Chaos reigns. I shall bring a message. Excellent. You catch me in a moment of less rage, creature. I may spare your soul. What?
Yeah, right kind of miles away from me, but I don't mind doing that. And then get more access with Archeon. Okay. Right, what I'll do is I'll leave this part here for today and I'll continue it next time. Hope you guys have enjoyed. If you have, leave a like. If you're new around here, please drop a sub. Help me get on that partner program and I'll catch you on the next video. Take care everyone and have a great day.